Let's talk Assassin's Creed Shadows. The reviews are in. Turns out it's a good game. Everyone thought it'd be a shit show, but it's actually pretty good. It's getting 7s, 8s, 9s across the board. And yeah, Chris, I remember we did an episode a long time ago of like series that like we for some reason just want to get into but don't. And I think we both had Assassin's Creed on our lists for one reason or another. And like my reason was always like, it looks cool, but for some reason something's holding me back. And I don't know if it's just because there's so many games, like whatever. Mm-hmm. But this one, it's like, when we talked about it initially, I was like, you know what? It's finally got a setting that I really like. It's got characters that look really interesting. All that's left for me is the reviews. And the reviews came out good. So the next step for me personally is just I'm waiting for the classic $30 Ubisoft sale that they do 2 weeks later, and or maybe I'll pick it up. Maybe I'll pick it up. You know what I mean?
6 months later, they're just they can't even give the fucking thing away. Just take the game.
Yeah, it's bad.
Cool.
Yeah. So for me, I'm probably gonna pick it up once it's on sale. I'm enticed. How about you?
I think it's a great budget title, around the $30 to $50 mark. I played the first Assassin's Creed, got through about half of it. And then I'm like, okay, I get it. And then I never played another Assassin's Creed since. So I would be experiencing it as sort of brand new almost, right? So I wouldn't know anything. So in that case, some of the mechanics that might be repetitive from the previous games I wouldn't know about because I haven't played those ones. So, but this one's good. You know, obviously there a little bit of controversy coming in where I guess the controversy was over some of the shrines in the game that can be destroyed. People there weren't too happy with that, so they actually patched it out where you can't destroy certain objects when you're in these shrines. And then, of course, the whole changing of history and sort of doing a race swapping with some of the characters and having a female lead as the number 2 character or number 1 character. No, number 2 character in that she's the ninja, right? So,
well,
but I don't know.
Funny
I think
part
it's
is
still a fun game at the end of the day. Like I think fun game. Fun.
Assassin's Creed games never let down, right? Just
you play them, Darren?
Which one have you played?
Yeah.
Valhalla.
Okay. I played a fair few. Like the OG for me has always like kind of been my favorite. I like the Renaissance kind of period. I've always thought was really, really cool. Like you're in Venice or whatever, doing all your assassinations there, kind of thing. I always liked that. I was a big fan, and the pirate one probably didn't grip me so much, but it was kind of cool. Black Flag.
Yeah, it's a fan favorite though.
Fan favorite. Yeah, I liked it. I say it didn't grip me as much as I enjoyed the Renaissance one. And Valhalla, I never got to play, but I've always wanted to play Valhalla. But yeah, I've always been somewhat of a fan. I really have. And this one seems like a really cool environment too, right? In that kind of, you're in that immersive sort of Japan environment, right? With with like that, you get to do all that kind of stealth assassinations again, right? And it seems to be like it just aligns because, like I was mentioning to you like some time ago about Tenchu Stealth Assassins, right? And for me, that was probably like one of my favorite ever games, like growing up. Loved all that kind of stuff. So it's probably going to bring back a little bit of nostalgia there, and I don't know, just cool concept, like the idea behind this one. I don't know. I just think it aligns really, really, really well.
Yeah, me too. One thing I'm hearing, and I was going to say this to Chris because you mentioned the girl. You apparently play as her for like 15 to 20 hours before you switch to the other guy.
Yeah, she's sort of the Raiden of like the game, right?
I wasn't expecting something like that.
But like, oh, God. I've heard mostly it's favorable because she plays in a completely different way than the other character.
Yeah.
And so you almost get 2 different experiences.
Which is cool.
Yeah. Get to mix it up a little bit, right?
Yeah.
It's like the Last of Us game, right? You get you're playing as mostly the women, right? But like you're Joel, you're Ellie, and then next thing you know, you're the other girl, right? Who's like on the other side of the team.
Yeah.
So it was kind of annoying going outside of Joel and Ellie, but the character kind of grew on you a little bit.
Oh my God, yeah, absolutely, 100%. When you swap between characters that you care about or are at least decent enough set pieces and not just a gimmick like, oh, we're giving you as another character. Yeah, but I'm not doing anything. You know, like in you've never played Spider-Man, Darren, but there's the worst missions in that game are when you swap out and now you have to play as Mary Jane, and you have to like sneak into certain rooms and you have to avoid the guards and the cops at some point.
Oh god, yeah.
That's a progress killer right there.
Yeah, and the game has already by this point trained you on how to be evasive with Spider-Man, but now all of a sudden you're with Mary Jane and she's got obviously certain options that are not available to her that are available to such a character. So I just found that those parts really, really annoying. So I get what you're saying. Those MJ parts are pretty brutal Bob Evans.
Yeah, I will say, just quick while we're on that, in Spider-Man 2 they do something like that again with her, but it's so much better. It's actually so intense. I'm like, oh shit, this is actually, because I was dreading it. I'm like, oh fuck, again. But then when I actually was doing it, I'm like, damn, I feel like I'm playing a fucking Metal Gear game.
Oh yeah,
like, holy shit, it was good.
Yeah.
But anyway, sorry.
I say, thankfully they didn't do too much of that in Uncharted, but they did. But they didn't do too much in that. But it's like you do fall in love with the character. Like I remember like Metal Gear Solid, and then I think for one of the games you get a totally different character, right?
Yeah, the second one you get Raiden.
Raiden, yeah, and you're just like, it's not Snake. It's not. Doesn't give you the same feel.
Yeah,
didn't hit so well.
They fuck you up in that because you do play a Snake for like 2 hours, and then all of a sudden the rest of the game you're this blonde guy. It's like, wait, what happened?
So true. And I just remember it didn't hit as well because Snake is the OG. You want to hear Snake's voice. You want his, kind of mannerisms and everything else that comes along with him. His character, he's phenomenal. You grew to love him right off the bat. Mm-hmm. And you even like grow a little attached to the enemies too, right?
Oh yeah.
I get that when you're doing the character swap, and it can be a real fucking pain in the ass. It just takes the edge off it slightly, I feel.
Well, despite this game doing really good, it's one of the best openings in Assassin's Creed history. This company's super in trouble, though. It's
that's their problem, not ours.
It is.
But, like, financially?
Yeah, they're struggling to make money. This game sold like 2 million copies or something already, but like they're just in a blunder. Like this game was, no matter how good it was or how much it was going to sell, I don't think it was ever going to save Ubisoft. So within the next couple of years, man, Ubisoft might not be a thing anymore, right? So enjoy them while they're here, I guess.
This is the pro and the con of your company being just publicly traded. You're always going to answer to the shareholders, and if you're bringing in this game and you're proclaiming it's the best thing since sliced bread, well, it better be. But it's got to be at this point. Not only do they need to, it's an uphill battle. Not only do they need to make a really good game, but they need to make a good game that catches fire and makes people want to buy it.
Yeah.
And sometimes you don't get both of them things, right? So their kitchen's on fire, but they'll figure it out.
We'll play Assassin's Creed Shadow one day. If you guys like this video, be sure to check out the rest of the channel and consider subscribing. Go even further and subscribe to Podcast Fresh wherever you listen to your podcasts for new episodes every week.